What's going on, guys and girls? Just gonna finish up my coffee and we're gonna get out of here. Johnny, how you going? I always like saying that. It's very Aussie. Americans say, how you doing? Very quiet here. One guy right here. One girl working. That's it. This place doesn't get that busy in the morning. Tom, how you doing? What's happening in Florida? Haven't been in this coffee shop in a while, but I'm just about done, so I'll get out of here in a minute. We'll just take a little walk around Happy Land. You can see what's transpired here, which is not that much, but and you see how it is in the morning. And then we're gonna walk over across the street and hit the Starbucks. And I'll tell you what's going on here, what's going on in Thailand, a little bit about what's going on, a few things that have happened the past couple of days. Of course, talk about my Scott travels, which begins tomorrow. And I don't know how long I'm gonna be on the road. Could be 2 weeks, even more. I don't know, I'm not sure. We shall see. The end. Let's get out of here. I don't want to be sitting in a coffee shop all day. We're going to see some doing the walk of shame. Walk of shame? Who would be doing the walk of shame? I don't know, there might be some running. There's a hotel down the street. Let me get this thing set here. There's a hotel down the street. I don't even know what the name of it is, but it's like 490 baht, 590 baht a night. And every time I go by there, there's always, you know, some guy standing there with this girl, and you know, the girl's got the oversized bag. So, you know, it's a, I guess it's, I don't know if it's a short time place, but it definitely is a hotel room, and there are definitely things going on there. And the reason is because across the street there used to be a massage parlor, you know, like a Soapy. They closed it down. It's been, I don't know, a couple of years since it's been closed. When I first moved here, it was open, but no longer. So let's get out of here. I got something else I have here. The drone. That is the drone. Mavic Mini Mavic 2. So, I don't know if I'll be bringing the bag with me on the trip, but I will be going. Let me give this girl stuff here. But it is going on the trip with me. So that's good. So we get some drone footage. And I took it for its maiden voyage yesterday. Right over here, this little, I think is it the pink one? Yeah, the pink shack here. If you want to go to Pattaya, you want to take a minibus. That's the one. They used to leave at 6 o'clock in the morning, but no longer. Only they start leaving at 8 o'clock. I guess there's not enough people going that early in the morning. But you get a nice little minivan here, and they go several places. This one is Pak Nam, Pak Nam, and then there's I think they go to Rom Clau, and they go to I think they go to Mega Bang Na also. So get out of this guy's way here. So this is it's busier on the weekends, but it gets going early in the morning. Hello, what do you got? Yeah, all the people hate being on camera, don't they? People are already in here eating. Got some great, Andy, if you're still here, there's where we got the Khao Kamu right there on the corner. I had one the other night. Quite good. And guess where we're going? For the moment. For a few minutes. We're going to Happy Street. Happy Street. Boy, they're a little slow today. I don't know why. Most of the time, they're already set up. Just one little street, you can get like everything, anything you want. New coconut girl. You know, Johnny the coconut girl. She's got a good personality. That's what I'm gonna say. Obviously, she's not there right now. She won't get there probably till 11 or so in the morning. And I haven't had a coconut water from there for quite some time. How's the train line coming? Well, I'm going to show you in just a minute, and it's quite good. And I have something to talk about related to the trains, which is you know, really good. Oh, well, thank you for telling me that. Thailand opens around 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon. Yeah, but you see, the difference is that this is a market, and the markets are open at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, even this place. However, it's the little places like this where they're selling like dim sum. Over there, they sell pad thai. This lady, she's already open because she sells coffee and tea and stuff like that. Of course, leave it to this guy to hurry up, get over here, honey. I don't know who he's waving at. Mindy. Thank you, Mindy. 21 months. Thank you so much, Mindy. So you see over here, man, this place does mad business. And there's another one inside of the place that does crazy business. I mean, they sell stuff for 25 baht, 50 baht. And the one inside, it's like the girl who works there can't keep up. She can't even keep up with the people. There's always a line. Anyway. Yeah, normally the Thais are a bit slow to start up, but when it comes to markets, you see like over here, you'll see over here, there's some more places that are, open. This place will be open soon. Mr. Mitch, how you doing? Hey, thank you, Johnny. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And I'll talk more about that in a few minutes, about the trip. I want to sit down. I want to kind of concentrate here. But thank you, and Choke D, Johnny, and Mr. Mitch. How you doing? Where are you, Mr. Mitch? Look at the little alley cuts right over. Hey, man. I got your message, and I will send you a message later today, Nanda. Anybody in Thailand got a business where maybe they could use an employee? Nanda's your guy. We need to try to help them find a job here in Thailand. Myanmar is struggling again. Well, it's always struggling, but... What day? There's the hot dog chicken. Very good. All right, so let's take a look at this over here. Shall I walk on the street? You know what? I'm gonna just take a little walk across the street here. See if I can get across. Now, you can see this right here. This, where the cars are going across to the mall. This metal beam was down in the road and was blocking the street. Yeah, let me get over here. So that metal beam, they put it up already. The top has already been done for quite some time. All right, so, I didn't see what they were doing here. I'll walk down a little ways, why not? I hadn't planned on doing this, but I planned on walking the opposite direction, but that's all right, because farther down past this station up here, past the station, the line is all complete. I'm looking now because there is going to be an exit. I thought there's going to be an exit up there, or I think it's a walkway. What it is, the station's right up here. The station is right up here. And then they're going to have the platform where you walk, and you just have to walk down to the mall. I don't know why they did it that way, but maybe because of the traffic. Let me see something here. So you see here that they're going to hoist this up. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they've made a lot of progress, like I said. I keep saying that, and you know, oh, they made a lot of progress. They made a lot of progress. Well, there's a lot of progress, but when's it going to be done? That's what I want to know. And I wonder what this is up here. It does cause a lot of traffic for now, but in the long run, it'll be worth it. These places, and maybe these places they'll actually stay in business, because these places over here, it's a damn shame. This was a nice little bakery for a long time. Yeah, look at this. So this is where you can walk down and go down the stairs. See? Over here. I'm curious why they're using steel instead of concrete on the lower section, I'm guessing. I think what they're doing with the steel, Mitch, I don't know about, you know, this right here, but the farther over here, I believe they put the concrete on top of the steel. I think that's what they're doing. I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to piece together. I'm no, well, I don't even know who the hell does this. I mean, obviously it's an engineer and architects and stuff like this, but they really just, there used to be a travel agent right here, completely gone. Everything's gone to shit here. But I do believe this is going to help, especially right here. So this is pretty interesting. Anyway, so there you go. Let me get some water here. I'm already starting to sweat. Somebody up there walking? Yeah. I'm anxiously awaiting this, and I will tell you why, besides, you know, the fact that it makes things more convenient, but there's another reason. I'll get into that when I have a chance to sit down and look at my notes. Anyway, let's walk back over here. Well, I mean, listen, this area is, this is one of the busiest areas. Lad Prao and Ramkhameng, they're two roads that, you know, they're major arteries into the city, in and out of the city. And actually, I think, you know, now that I think about it, there, Mitch, you know, there's a highway that they used to have like a flyby or whatever you call, fly through or whatever they're called. And they had to knock it down. In order to build this. And I think that they're still going to have, so it may be in levels. I don't know. There may be like two different levels. There's the walking level, and then maybe, I can't see them putting like a fly through below where people are walking. So it'd have to be above it. So I don't know. But you can see that there's a hell of a lot of construction going on. And it's good that they moved this over here, that moved that bar, that platform. Let's not get hit here. Especially not by this truck. Hey, fiber drums. I used to work in the drum business. So anytime I see a fiber drum, I always think of it. Son of a bitch. They were actually the easiest drums to work with because they're basically paper as opposed to steel. So this right here, it's so much easier now when you're coming from the mall because you can hang a Yui here. You don't have to go all the way down there, and the traffic is miserable. Is there a red light? It's like all these places are open here, little places. Places like this. How do you stand out as a coffee shop in Bangkok? Their coffee culture has progressed to the point where it has to be extremely difficult. It's all about location. All right, so let's look at this up here. See, I would think they're going to put concrete on top of that. Yeah, as opposed to steel. It's interesting how they have this walkover, and the thing's a piece of shit. I mean, it leaks. This one and the one over here, they leak. So when it rains, you have to be careful where you step, and you have to be careful you don't get soaked with rain. Anyway, let's and you can see farther down. So I gotta believe that this is for the fly through. It's just not to walk on this particular section. I wish they had some kind of a schematic that I can look at so I could see, because I'm interested in knowing. All right, so here's some other stuff. Fried pork, fried dough. They don't have the bananas. But that's all right. Meat. All right, let's get over here. Whew. I'm already sweating big time. Yeah, I don't know. They're always working on the thing, though. 24/7. But you see this thing. I mean, it leaks all over the place. Oh, sorry. Maybe one day they'll replace the sign for the mall. All right, Mr. Mitch, you take it easy. Have a good one. Yes, the rain has eased. Quite a bit, actually. Hello in Las Vegas. Vegas, baby. You know what they say? What happens in Bangkok stays in Bangkok. Look at this. It's just madness. Now, let's go down to the office. Let's go down to the office and have a little chat. Happens when you don't look where you're going. Sorry about that. What the hell? Oh, you know what? This thing is...
There we go. There we go. Oh, this is what I was talking about here. And it would connect up over here, but it would also connect up back where I was standing before, and then it also connects down the street. So I don't know how they're gonna do that, because I mean, it's just, they can't just keep that thing hanging from the mall. Just jutting from the wall. Is my chair open? Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. Swadee Krap. All right, boys and girls. You know, it's good I don't come here that much anymore. And you know why? Because it just ain't the same anymore. I should have brought my handkerchief, so hot. All right, so. I don't think I'm gonna get any food here. I don't eat until like 1 or 2 o'clock. Let me get a coffee though. Anyway, let's see here. My notes. A few things I wanted to talk about. Okay, yeah. Well, as I said, I have a drone here. Big shout out to Pattaya Bob. Went to Pattaya the other day. And you know, that was no big deal. I don't mind going to Pattaya. I don't particularly love the place, but it's nice to get away. And you know, it is what you make of it. And you know, Bob and I had some nice conversation. We hung out. We hang out with Miss Soda, and had something to eat, which was great. But when I came over, you know, I took the minivan. That's why I was saying, oh, these are the minivans, and this one goes to Pattaya. And you know, you got to take the time. I was thinking about it because Jesus, like sometimes, I mean, Bob and I, we looked at 3 different places when I was going to come back. We're looking for places where the minivans are. And every minivan is like, no, we only go to Ekamai Station. We only go to Mochit Station. I'm like, where's the one that goes to Happyland? And we ended up going back to the same one that we went, the same place we went the last time. We figured it out. And I got back. But you know, I arrived at 6 in the morning to take the minivan. I had to do some things in Pattaya, and then meet up with Bob. Sorry, no have minivan. I said, what do you mean you no have? No have 6 o'clock. So you know, it's like they change the times around. They don't ever say anything. It's like, you know, you just gotta have to just put the time in and figure it out, and then you learn things. That's how things go. If the Songtao prices go up, and they really do go up, you learn, hey, the Songtao price went up. Actually, in the coffee that I just had in Cafe Amazon, that coffee has been 35 baht for quite some time. Great price, decent coffee, not fantastic, but decent. And today, the girl goes 40 baht. I said, really, the price went up? She said, yeah, price went up. Their prices went up, which it's understandable. And really, like I've been saying, the prices are going up with everything. But the batteries on the drone here, they're a bit finicky because they are lithium polymer batteries. And all this is really irrelevant. It's about the customer service in Thailand and about the apathy that, and I guess, you know, it happens everywhere in the world, that maybe they're not making that much money. I don't know what it is. But I went to this one place, their customer service department. And I said, there's a problem with the batteries. They won't hold the charge. They charge up halfway, but they won't continue to charge. I think there's a chance that they need a firmware update. The charging hub needs a firmware update. You need to update everything so that they will charge more quickly. So, you know, they go back, they check it, and they're, well, sorry, these are no good anymore. I said, they're no good? Completely no good. And I said, well, that seems a bit strange. They're not that old. So the girl's like waiting for somebody to come. She's waiting for the boss to come or whatever. The boss comes. Oh yeah, sorry, battery's no good. Battery's no good. I have a hard time believing that because they are charging, but they're not charging completely. So I tell the guy, you need a firmware update. I'm positive you're going to need a firmware update because these have not been, there hasn't been an update on this in like 2 years. But there is an update because I looked on DJI's website. No half. I said, so the one on DJI, there's DJI. This is the website for DJI. It says there's an update. I can't update it. I tried to update it, and it said go to customer service. Now I'm at customer service, and you're telling me no cannot. But, you know, I was very patient. I told the guy, I'm not very happy with DJI. This kind of thing always happens. If you remember my other drone, the controller went out because I didn't charge it up like every month. The thing just stopped working. And so, well, it's either very, very good or it's not good. And good morning, Gennaro. Good morning to you. So, you know, I am getting hot inside because this guy keeps telling me no, and I'm pointing to the website and I'm saying, look at this. This shows that you need an update, and I'm positive that this needs an update because I don't think Bob's updated because he hasn't used it. So the guy starts getting pissed. And then I thought about it and I thought, oh, like I'm gritting my teeth going. And I just went, okay, let's just take it easy here. No problem. Everything might be right. And so then the guy calmed down, you know, because he's like, you know, like I'm making him lose face. I'm telling him, oh no, you're wrong. There needs to be an update. So finally he admits, well, actually what happened was the girl says to me, with these batteries, you have to charge them every 10 days. I said, or they will go bad. I said, I have to charge my batteries every 10 days or they go bad. No, I'm sorry. I know you need to maintain them and you need to keep track of when you charge them, or you should, and you should charge them up every so often. You don't want to just drain them and leave them there for years. She says, no, every 10 days. And the guy's like, even every 1 week. And I said, finally I said, listen, I'm very sorry, but if this is how DJI makes their products to where if you have to worry about your battery going bad and being ruined if you don't charge it for a couple of months, for 2 months, and your battery, and the batteries are 2,500 baht a pop. They're like $80 each. I'm like, so you're telling me I need to buy 2 replacement batteries for this? And the guy's like, yeah, I'm sorry, we don't have here. You have to go to a DJI store. This is customer service. I said, it's customer service, but you can't even upgrade the firmware? There's no firmware. Finally, I just go, fuck, okay. He says, if you want to try to get that done, you have to go to our other customer service. We are only customer service for the farmers. Because they have these massive drones, which is probably where they make the majority of their money. They have these, you know, huge 4-foot drones. And he says, we're only the customer service for these kind of drones, not consumer drones. Fair enough. He says, the other one's on Rama 9. I say, okay. Now, that brings me to something else. Exactly. When I went to this place, it's in Payatai Road. So basically what I did was I took a motorcycle, this is why I love Bangkok. I love getting around. Because you beat the traffic, and I mean, yeah, it's a little bit of a hassle sometimes, but sometimes it works out well. Sometimes it's really easy. Sometimes it's not. Take a motorbike. I go to the City Link, which is the bastard child of the BTS, I guess. But it's actually, it should be like, it's top notch, man. It's the best. I like it better than the BTS. So I go and I take that, and it takes me right to the place. I walk about 5 minutes and I'm at the place. I do what I got to do. Then he says, oh, no, so you got to go to Ramadan. I said, okay. Then I think to myself, do I want to take a taxi? I said, nah, I'm not going to take a taxi. And how did I get there? Let me think. I think I took the SkyTrain. Where did I go? No, I took the subway. And I took the subway. I get off right near Rama 9, walk a few minutes, and go into the place, and I remember it immediately. This is the place. Now, with DJI, you have to understand, there's a reason I got a little bit of a hard-on for them. First of all, because they're a Chinese company. But okay, I'm going to overlook that. Because, you know, I got the products for whatever reason, and when they work, they're good products. But I've had, not only that, but GoPro is another one that, you know, all this kind of equipment, it's very finicky, and, you know, if you do something to it, you hit it the wrong way, you touch it the wrong way, and it doesn't work. Anyway, so with DJI, I had the controller on the Phantom 4. That thing's taken a shit twice, simply because I didn't charge it up for a month. So I go into this place, and there's a different vibe. When I go into the vibe of the first place, the vibe is kind of like, what? What do you need? And I hate that. It's like, what? You know, that's kind of the vibe they put off. And granted, it got better as time passed, but, you know, it's all about the, oh, God, I got to deal with a foreigner. Oh, my God. So I get into this place, and these are all people, probably 25 or younger. Yeah, they told me the battery for these drones is something like $1,300 US, $1,200 US, quite expensive. And they're replacing them all the time. But anyway, I go into this place, vibe is quite good. You know, young people in there, and I hear this, one of the girls is going, saying somebody's name. I didn't really make it out because I was walking in. But it was the same person. It was like, okay, here comes a foreigner. You're going to have to speak English. So I don't know how I feel about that, because, you know, I don't know that I should feel negative about it. Like, but there's part of me that, like, I think that they should maybe give the person a chance. They're so worried about speaking English. Did they ever think that maybe the person speaks Thai? And I do think that overall Thai English speaking is improving a little bit, but not a whole lot. In the last 30 years, it's improved. In the last couple of years, I don't think it's improved very much. Anyway, so the guy says to me, this guy walks up, and I noticed straight away, he's speaking in English to me, and I noticed straight away that he's got a little bit of an accent, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I say to him, okay, I got these batteries. Drone's in good shape, everything's in good shape. I think that there's no problem with the batteries. I said, but I think there's a firmware update that they need, or, you know, that the charging hub needs, and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, can you check these out and see, are these batteries good? Because I kind of need them. And he says, well, yeah, I can. Give me a second. I said, okay. He said, you have a few minutes, or you would just want to leave it? And I said, no, I can't leave it. I'm leaving in like 2 days. I can't leave it. He says, okay. He comes back and he goes, okay, the cells in the battery, very good, no problem. I said, oh, okay, thank you. So I guess that means the batteries are going to work. He said, let me just troubleshoot this and see what's going on. He checks the charging hub. Okay, this is very good. I said, really? I said, it's not charging though. He said, give me a couple more minutes. I said, okay. Like 10 minutes later, he comes back and he goes, okay, no problem. I said, what do you mean no problem? He said, I'm thinking, it's fixed. I said, what's fixed? He said, I installed the firmware. The firmware that the other DJI was swearing to me, there is no firmware. Now, I don't know if they were just apathetic and lazy and just didn't give a shit, and they were just like, I don't feel like dealing with this. I don't know what it was. Because, they can't really, if they're going to charge anything, they're going to charge, it's a song and a dance. It's like maybe 300 baht, 500 baht maybe. Anyway, this guy, he sits down, the guy's from Malaysia. And he's like, I come over here once a month. Yeah, there are more people speaking English now. I do think that's a good thing. I think the level of their proficiency can be improved upon. But anyway, so I'm talking to this guy. He speaks, he's Malaysian. He speaks good English. And he says, I come over here like once a month. I said, really? What do you do? He said, he's the troubleshooter. He's like, I come over here when they can't figure things out, and I fix everything. I'm the one who, handles all these, and I make sure that they're doing things right. And I just found it really interesting that first of all, that the Thais were so apathetic, and this is not the first time it's happened. And it doesn't happen everywhere. I don't want to stereotype. I don't want to, get into all that bullshit. But I think people who know, aloha, Mr. Charles, how you doing? I don't want to stereotype. Not every Thai is the same, but I think you know what I'm talking about, where it comes to cannot. And you're like, what do you mean cannot? Can you put a pickle on my cheeseburger? Cannot. Tamai, why? Why can't you put a pickle on my cheeseburger? Thank you, Charles. Thank you very much. Choke me to you. But I'm like, why do they have this mentality? Oh, you will be. Oh, shit. I was just there, for the day, but I got to leave tomorrow. First stop will be Chiang Mai. So I think I'll be streaming on, I'll ask her if she put, can you put my pickle between the buns? God. Anyway, but I think you know what I'm getting at. It's kind of like, in some, there are some, and maybe it's everywhere, I don't know, but it just seemed like I'm showing there's a firmware update right on the phone. And the guy doesn't even want to look. No, you don't know what you're talking about. No. And I just felt like going, look, dude, let me raise this up a little bit. I'm looking at it on a DJI website. Why is it so difficult? Didn't even want to look. And the girl, to her credit, she looked and she's like trying to tell the guy, no. And he's like, no, not half. And then finally, the reason that he sent me over to the other place, it was actually her. but the guy said, oh, we don't do that here. We cannot do. So it went from cannot, don't have, no have to we don't do that here. And I was just thinking, well, if he had explained it and said, oh, I need this particular machine to check things and do this and do that, if there was something like that going on, and he just said, I'm really sorry, but we can't do that here, I would have been like, okay, no problem. Where can I get it done? But he wasn't that way. He didn't have that attitude. He didn't have that mentality. He had the mentality of, screw you, I know it's not there, so I'm not gonna. Then when I basically stuck it in his face and the girl was telling him, it was, okay, you gotta go to this other place because we don't do that here anymore. And then when I get over there, a Malaysian guy helps me, who's sharp as a tack. He's dialed in, nice guy, nice young guy. He's like 24, 25, something like that. And we had a, conversation while everything, he charged the batteries right there in front of me. He charged one of the batteries up all the way. He's like, let's fly this thing. I'm like, man, this dude is all right, in my book. And I just thought, what a difference. Now, you can say it's because of the nationality, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just that guy was having a bad day, or I don't know what it was. But I think about that, and how there is a mentality among some Thais of this cannot. Instead of thinking can, but maybe have a problem, or can, let's try, but I don't know, let's try. No, it's cannot, and that's happened many, many times. Why can't you do this? Cannot. I understand, but why? Cannot. It's, it's the robotic nature of this. So anyway, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, because in the end, you can say DJI did it. I personally think, I look at it like the Malaysian whiz kid gave me a win against the Chinese company, because now I don't have to think about it. If I had to buy 2 new batteries, that's $150, $160. I would have pissed that away for what? And that's exactly what they want. They like this, the idea of planned obsolescence. Anyway, I also like the fact that getting around was so easy. It was so easy for me to get around. Now, that really wouldn't be, I mean, we know that it's, if you know your way around here, especially if you know buses and boats, Thailand can be, Bangkok can be very easy to get around, and Bangkok actually leads to many other places, and it's easy to get around Thailand if you know what you're doing. But one thing that I found out this morning, I don't know why I didn't think of this. I thought, I wonder what age they count me as a senior. Because I'm 60 now. I'm like, am I a senior? Because 50 is retirement age. Some places it's 55, some places it's 60, some places it's 65. So I looked it up. And I see 60 years of age and above, 50% discount on BTS and MRT. I go, oh, son of a bitch. Now, it may not sound like much, but, simply knowing this over the next 10 years could save a little chunk of money. And like they say here in Thailand, better in my pocket than yours. And I'm like, wow. And then I look a little closer, because my eyes are not so good. I look, I'm squinting, and it says, Thai nationals only. And I thought, what the are you kidding me? And I looked a little bit closer, and it turns out that the subway, the MRT, does give a 50% discount. Yes, I think I'm a young senior, Andy. Most of the time. Sometimes when I get out of bed, I don't feel so young, but the MRT gives a 50% discount. Now, the problem that I have is there are times when some kid is sitting in the seat that says reserved for elderly people, and I'm like, that's me, I'm elderly. Can I have the seat? But I never take it. But like if I really wanted to, I could start sitting in that old person's seat. But it made me feel pretty good because I went, oh shit, man, you know, maybe there's all kinds of other things. It turns out that some airlines give discounts because you're a senior. But the MRT will give you a 50% discount if you are a senior and you are a foreigner. The BTS will not. And I'm gonna check with the CityLink the next time I ride it. Because, you know, it's like, hey, it's free money. You know, in the case of like me going down to I'm gonna take the subway to Hulampong Station tomorrow. It's elderly here in Thailand, pal. Don't call me not elderly. Anyway, but you know, like, okay, I don't know how much it costs. It's 45 baht, something like that, to go to Hulampong from Lat Phrao, the Lat Phrao station. So instead of me paying 45 and 45 or 40 and 40, whatever it is, 80 baht, now I go and come back and it's 40 baht. You know, I'll take it. So if you are one of the viewers who is over the age of 60, then great. If you're younger, tough shit, you gotta just pay the full price. So, but I don't know why the BTS, there has been a stink made. Of course, Richard Barrow made a stink about it. And some other people have made a stink about it. I mean, it's not really, you know, it's not even the money. It's just about fairness. I don't know. So, I mean, I won't bitch about it. I'm not going to bitch, oh, well, the BTS. But it is, you know, interesting that one organization there's no disparity between the two groups. Whereas with BTS, there is. And I'm wondering why it is that they justify that, or that they don't justify it, you know. I mean, they do whatever they want. It's their country, you know, it's their rules. If you don't like it, you know, that's the way it goes. You can get out. But I thought that was interesting. So now, you know, when the BTS goes up here, I'll pay full price. You pay flight tickets on Afterpay. Oh, yeah, the Afterpay thing. I've been trying to do that with a couple different things. My wife and I have done it several times. I did it on my laptop, and I'll probably do it again on my laptop. You know, they hold the money. You got to have the money, but you just don't have to pay any interest. So if you pay, you know, that's the way it goes. So anyway, it bears keeping in mind. And, you know, I don't want to get into the whole, you know, dual pricing and all that other kind of stuff. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I'd rather pay less, but if I don't have to, you know, and I really don't want to, then I won't. It's that simple. But you don't need, you know, like I've seen, over the years, I've seen people screaming at the ties, oh, what do you mean? And maybe I've done it when I first came here. I might have done that, gotten pissed about it. Now I may go, oh, you're not going to give it to me even though I'm a resident? No. Okay, well, I don't like that, but all right, whatever, here. That's the thing. And the same thing goes with the guy at DJI. You don't know. The guy might have a wife and 2 kids, and he's making 30,000 baht, and she's not working, and he's strapped for cash, and he's like busting his ass, and his wife's bitching at him because he don't make enough money, and he's, you know, she wants whatever, and he can't give it to her, and he, you know, he's having a bad day. And then he's got to listen to me come in and go, no, there is. No, there isn't. Yes, there is. No, there isn't. And what happens is, you know, maybe he's pissed off at his bosses. You don't know. He's like, fuck them, you know. He may like the job itself, but he may not like the organization he works for. And what's he going to do about it? Oh, well, I'm stuck here. So, you know. Yeah, I don't even know who's working here. I don't even know the people working here anymore. It's not good. Beer and I had a talk about that the other day. How, you know, they're just moving people around and moving people around and moving people around. They're just doing it. They just want all the people to get experience in different locations to see what it's like. What else here? Now, this brings me to another subject, which is, and we were talking about this earlier. God damn, this music is loud. Especially when I'm trying to talk, don't they know? It's The Office. But I saw something about how this one viewer of that website that used to be Thai Visa, which I try not to ever comment on there. I don't want to deal with the people on there because most of them are, you know, it's a bunch of holier than now, you know, oh, this is why it is this way with these foreigners coming here, these dirty bastards, you know, and I just get sick of seeing it. But I read something, and the guy was going, you know, the traffic that the BTS makes. What else did he say? Traffic. And also, BTS, it's just too damn hot out there. I've got to sit in my car. I want to be in my air-conditioned car. And I'm like, you sound like a poof, man. You know, like, you can't handle a little, I mean, listen, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. If you can't stand the heat, what are you in Bangkok for? What are you in Thailand for? I don't always like it either. Sometimes it's hotter than hell, and I'm like, all I want to do is sit in front of an air conditioner. But like to bitch about the BTS, they're making the BTS to make things easier. And he's bitching about it. And you know, that it does add to traffic while it's being built. Once it's been built, it should help with the traffic. So, I don't know what the hell his problem was, but he didn't like the BTS at all. He didn't like the whole system. He thought it was shit. And some people say it's too expensive. Oh yeah, the Christmas carols here. That's going to be wonderful. Anyway, so tomorrow I leave on the big journey. And I had planned on moving a little bit, you know, like moving fairly quickly. But I don't think I'm going to because originally my wife was going to be leaving this weekend and staying for 2 weeks. So I'd spend a week, 10 days, and I'd meet up with her at the end of the trip. Now the way this works, she's not leaving for another 10 days or so. And so I may, instead of, I'll still meet her at the end of my trip, but it'll be the beginning of her trip. My goodness, why are so many North Americans serious and hypercritical? Because that's what people do. It doesn't matter, it wouldn't matter if he's living in Vietnam, it wouldn't matter if he was living in you know, Ukraine, wherever he would be, he'd be complaining. And, you know, it's people look at things, well, why is it that? And I think that's what helps things get better. There's a difference between criticism and complaining and constructive criticism. The longest leg of the journey, well, that's kind of hard to say, actually, because I'm not sure yet. The only thing I'm really positive about so far is that I'm going to take the boat down the Mekong. And that boat will get me to Luang Prabang. From Luang Prabang, I could go as far south as the southernmost border checkpoint in Laos, and then cut over to Vietnam. I could do that. That would take me right around the Ho Chi Minh Trail. And then I don't know how I would get, you know, there are certain things that it's very difficult to get, you know, updated information about and cost and all that other kind of stuff. And also, you know, there is part of me that wants to travel around Laos a little bit more. However, I could go from Luang Prabang and take a 24-hour bus trip in a sleeper that goes to Hanoi. And from Hanoi, I could either, I really don't want to fly to Ho Chi Minh. I could take a train. If I took the train straight through, it would be 37 hours. So I'd like to stop. Maybe in Hoi An or Nha Trang or one of these places to break up the trip a little bit. I don't think that it's, I don't know that that's true. You think Europeans don't complain? Come on, man. You know, it's like saying, what happened to the ugly American? I mean, now it's the Chinese take that title. I don't know, but maybe it's because a lot of Americans travel in the past, you know. Yeah, I mean, I did think about that, Andy. The thing is, if I was going to do that, I'd like to do it with my wife. And so, you know, everything's when I'm there, I'm not saying everything is dependent on her. It's not. What's dependent is, the idea is that the whole idea in the first place was that I go there. It was not to take this big, long journey. It was, I'm going to fly there. And we'll hang out, and you know, in the daytime she'll work, and I'll go and do whatever. It's not working out to be that way now. Now I did get my Vietnam visa back last night. So it took me 3 days, and I got my visa. 4 days. It took 4 days to get the visa. I have that visa. I have everything taken care of that I can take care of ahead of time. So that's good. If you want to help support the channel, the trip, whatever, just go down in the description. You can buy a t-shirt, you can buy a hat, a mug, whatever. And now through the end of the month, you don't have to do a thing. You automatically get 10% off. It just deducts it right in when you you add to the cart, you get 10% off. So you don't have to have a code, nothing like that. Just you want to buy something, you buy it, boom, 10% off. That helps. Otherwise, go down in the description. And if you really want to, start using the Cash App, man. PayPal is, there's a number of reasons why I think PayPal may be on a decline. Not to mention the fact that they've made it very difficult for me with, I've had a Thai account here for as long as I've been here. And when the last time I tried to get a US account, I was told I can't because somebody in the address that I am using has an account there. And that didn't make sense to me, but I was like, all right, whatever, I'll just get a Thai account. Now I have a Thai account. That's coming to an end in December. I think the first week of December 1st. So Cash App, there's all kinds of ways down there. There's even crypto. And all that helps because the idea, listen, I can stay gone as long as I want. I'm sure my wife would like me to be back when she comes back. But the only thing stopping me is the funds. So, you know, the more funds I make, the more funds I earn, the more shirts I sell, the longer I stay gone. And I will be streaming, of course. I will be streaming, and like I said, I have the drone now. I'm looking forward to getting some drone footage. I don't know about Vietnam though. I don't know if it'll be happening there, but in Laos, in Thailand, yes, it will. Yeah, well, you know, anybody who knows anything about travel knows, first of all, travel if you're flying to Hawaii for a vacation, and you're hanging out at the, I don't know, in Oahu somewhere on a beach, and that's all you're doing every day, that's relaxing. If you're traveling from point A to point B and going from here to there, and you're going to multiple countries, and you're carrying a camera around and you're trying to get decent footage, yeah, part of it, I mean, obviously I have fun, and part of it is a vacation. You can look at it that way. There are going to be times when I'm like chilling and I don't have the camera on. But a lot of it is, I'm there for a reason. It's to collect content. So consider that. Every little bit helps. And really, I don't know, I have to still really crunch the numbers. I want to see the difference between leaving from, I think the name of it is Ngoc, Ngochoi. That's the southernmost exit point of Laos. And I'm not sure of the difference in cost to go down there, go in that area, travel down there, as opposed to going to Hanoi and then just working my way down. Because if you cross over, you're basically in central western Vietnam. So you have to still come down and go down into Hanoi. So that could be interesting too. I mean, the thing is that these are places that not a whole lot of people go. Only guys like me and Andy go. And a few other people. I don't know anything about the first two places in Laos. I've been to Vientiane. Yeah. Take me to the opium dens, please. If you don't hear back from me, you'll know what happened to me. I got lost in an opium den. Listen, they do the same thing that they do here. They set people up. You think it's okay. Oh yeah, my friend, I get the nice big ball of opium for you. No problem, only $10. You get it, and then 2 minutes later, a bunch of cops pull up and you're busted. There you go. That's something to really be wary of. And almost 300 million bombs dropped in Laos. And about a quarter of them are unexploded. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, it's, you gotta be careful, for sure. And usually they're pretty good about don't go off the path and all that kind of stuff because they've cleared a lot of it. But there are so many, and it's been so long that they can't possibly get them all. And that's something I'm going to talk about in the video footage that I end up uploading. Because I have done a little research, and I've got some things written down to remember and things to talk about, and that's one of them. How many people even think about Laos nowadays? People think about Cambodia more than Laos, and people think about Thailand more than Cambodia. To give you an example of the difference, right now Thailand is doing about 2 million tourists a month. All right, so things are not back 100% yet, and that's 24 million a year. In Laos, on a good year, they do about 5 million tourists. So, big difference. This chick's ski-daddling and ski-bopping, doing my head in. I can't wait to get on a relaxing train or bus where they're blaring Thai music on a TV and speakers that were made in like 1958. If you've been on a Thai bus, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then some little old man, hey, where's Jim at? What's going on, Jim? Some little old man, you know, stands up in the front and starts singing karaoke. And, you know, the other day I was, when I went to Pattaya, actually, you know, I bring my AirPods, my headphones, whatever you want to call them. You don't connect them. And they've been the best AirPods I've ever had. They're like 900 baht, 890 baht, fantastic. And one of them is not working. So I'm like, what's going on? Maybe the battery's dead on one of them. So I charge them all up, make sure they're charged, still. Then I look on the balance for your audio. You gotta go into the iPhone, you gotta go in a little ways. It only shows that the slider is all the way to the left. You can't move it to the middle, so you can't, you know, get it to be equal. And I'm going, what the hell's going on? Finally, I connect up my headphones that you plug in. Still doesn't work. I'm like, I hope my speaker something's not working in the hardware. And then it just turned out that after I plugged in the headphones, it allowed me to move the slider, and then that was fine. But the AirPods, they still don't work. One works, the right side works, the left side doesn't. So I'm out of my AirPods, and I'm not gonna go buy one. I'm not gonna go buy any right now because I have headphones. What the hell is that? You know, they're all stocked up here, and there's nobody in the place. It's just me. Look, not a soul here. This guy's been working here for a while. I think his name is Beer. Anyway, 10 o'clock, so this place opens up in a half an hour. Get a boombox that will fix the problem. I have one of the little ones that you know, Bluetooth ones that you can bring with you, but I don't want to bring it because it's just, everything you got to carry is just one more thing. I don't want to carry. I want to go light, man. And I got this drone. Look, I mean, this bag alone is not that big. But I got a backpack and a gimbal and camera, you know, and chargers and what the hell is that thing? A power, you know, power strip. So. Clothes. I like to bring plenty of underwear because I don't want to have to wash my underwear while I'm there. You know what I mean? I just change into a clean pair. That's the one thing I'd rather not do. Anyway, so when you carry stuff, one starts to feel like a mule. You know, the first time that it really bothered me was in the Olympics. That was 14 years ago. And I had like a huge backpack full of stuff. I had lenses, I had batteries, I had a big tripod, I had like 3 cameras, you know, hanging around my neck and all with different lenses. And I had a little cheap tripod. And I carried all that stuff up to the top of I think it's called the Bird's Nest. Their stadium that has like 120,000 people in it. Yeah, the AirPods that I have are really nice. For the price, they're a great deal. And I'll buy them again when I come back, but I want to make sure I got plenty of cash and I'm not pissing the money away. Just like, now I don't mind coming here. I come here, I bought enough shit over the years here. They didn't even give me anything for my birthday this year. I'm like, what's going on here? Usually they give you, I didn't want anything because I'm not eating this shit. The mall's open at 10 now because it's what, it's Friday? Any but sebong, huh? One soup, one sour, one atit. 10 โมงเช้า
ใช่ครับ
แต่
วันปกติ บุฟเฟ่ต์10 โมง
เหรอแต่ที่นี่
เนี่ย
10 โมงครึ่ง
10 โมงเหมือนกัน
เหมือนกันทุกวัน
ครับผมแต่ถ้า 10 โมงศุกร์เสาร์อาทิตย์คือทั้งห้าง
Oh, okay. All right, so no, that's not going to be me. So that was a bitch, and then ever since then, you know, I look at all the stuff, and you know, some people have traveled with me. They know I'm carrying shit, and I'm like, I feel like an idiot. I got so much shit. I need to figure some things out. You know, whittle things down, get smaller stuff. So that's what I've done. 2 phones and a tablet. Why did you have to have 2 phones and why did you have to have a tablet? Take one of the boys. Jesus Christ. They're both in school now. They're both in school. Cannot. Alex just got back from Kanchanaburi. Nicholas just did his midterms. Alex just finished his midterms a little bit before that. And so they're stuck in school for, you know, another couple of months, 6 weeks, something like that. We got some plans coming up, but, you know, it's always dependent on their schedule, the wife's schedule, to a much lesser extent, my schedule. My schedule, I'm easy, baby. You know? That's why I was like, oh, you're not going to be in Vietnam until November 1st? Okay, no problem. I'll see you then. You know, so this hopefully the trip will stretch out and it'll be from October 22nd to hopefully around November 5th. So what's that? Well, it's still 14 days. It's 2 weeks, right? 31, 22, well, yeah, that's 10 days. About 15 days. Could be longer. It depends. Depends on how things go. You know, she doesn't have a problem with me, you know, being there while she's working. I mean, I'm not going to go to work with her, but I'm just in the hotel. And then after that, I'll probably be up and out of there before she is. You know, so I could stay, if she's there for 2 weeks, I could stay another 2 weeks. So that's an extra 10 days. So feasibly, I could be there for 3.5 weeks. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I wouldn't mind if it did. Could spend a fair amount of time in Vietnam and in Laos. So anyway, let's see here. Sherpa Scott. It's the last thing. Jinar, are you still coming to Thailand? I'm just wondering. I had something to say, and I didn't really say it about, you know, with what happened with the children up in Nong Bu Lampu. I got the visa, it's done deal. And that was, you know, obviously the guns can be a problem. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't have a freaking clue what you're talking about. You're speaking in riddles, man. Sorry. Been burning the candle at both ends. What the hell was I thinking now? You got me off track. Yeah, now I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, this place is completely empty now. There was a girl in the corner, but she just bailed. Can't imagine. I'd like to know how much they're paying. How much they're paying for rent for the spot every month. Got to be a couple $100,000 at least. Couldn't I just fly? Of course, but where's the fun in that? Well, I'm gonna fly there. Where's the fun in that? Where's your sense of adventure, Gennaro? I mean, you know, yeah, I could. I'm easy, baby. Yes, you are. Oh, I got it. All right, sorry. Missed that. Yeah, I'm easy, man, you know. I go with the flow, you know? And this would be good for our kids as well, you know? Especially Alex, because he's got to take care of the cat and he's got to take care of himself. Nicholas is taking care of himself already, but you know, with Alex, it's like mommy's not going to be there making him food, or I won't be there making him food at night. And you know, he doesn't want to cook, man. Nicholas will make himself an omelet or something like that. Alex doesn't want to do that. About time. Gennaro, do you remember the trip I took on the train in Myanmar? That was like 25 hours or something. And that train was throwing me all over the place. I mean, I was bouncing up and down out of my seat. I mean, I'll fly back. I mean, maybe I'll fly back. I don't know. I think I will. It depends, you know. We'll see, you know. Yeah, I took a long train down the length of Myanmar, and I went all the way down to southern Myanmar. And I was on this train, and man, it was just throwing me up and down and all around, and it was fun. You know, I was like laughing my ass off most of the time. And more time to explore Laos. You know, that's the thing. People don't think about Laos, and Laos is reminds me of Thailand. I don't know, 30, 40 years ago, even farther back. But I don't know. We'll see. I haven't been there in 22 years, almost 23 years. It's been almost 23 years since I've been to Laos. So, we'll see. You know, I don't know how much I'll remember. So how can I tell the difference if I don't remember that far back? I'm sure I'll remember a few things, but I went to Vientiane and I went to somewhere else. Something like that, Andy. It's not very far. You know, best case scenario, I fly back with the wife. Worst case scenario, I fly back alone. But yeah, I'm really interested in. I'm actually, you know, I know Vietnam a little bit because I've been up and down the coast. You know, I've been down the coast from Hanoi, and I know what to expect. With Laos, you know, I haven't been there in so long. It's like I'm going to a brand new place, and it's a cool place. And you know, I watched a couple of Anthony Bourdain. A couple of his shows where he went to Laos. I've seen a couple others, and it's I don't want, you know, I was gonna say earlier, one of the things I was gonna say is that some people view Thailand as you know, like ass backwards. What? Going to Laos, FOE the what? FOE the chowderheads, don't mess around with the local girls. I know guys who have messed around with the local girls. It's not that big of a deal. Now, I'm not gonna be, but I mean, it's not a big deal if you do. Just you better make sure that you know what you're getting into, which is the story of every relationship. Do you have a good idea of what you're getting into? If you're going into Pattaya and you expecting to find the girl of your dreams working at the Tahitian Queen go-go bar, your expectations are probably a little bit too high. Especially if you're some knucklehead, I'm going to Thailand. Your expectations are quite a bit off. You need to recalibrate. You know, and I got some shit from somebody a while back about giving a hard time to chowderheads, and I'm like, oh, it was now I remember. It was about the chowderhead who went to Pattaya, and then he was gonna give this girl like $5,000 to buy out part of a hair salon, and then he was gonna give, or he bought a motorcycle for a girl for like 50,000 baht or something like that. And I was like, dude, you're an idiot. You're a freaking idiot. It wasn't like he was rolling in the money. If you're rolling in the money and it's like giving 2 cents out, well then okay, I guess who am I to say what somebody does with their money? They can do whatever they want. But if you're some guy and you're going in, oh well, she loves me. I think we're gonna have a good relationship. Oh yeah, you give her $5,000 and she's gonna love you until the $5,000 is spent. She has what she needs, and then she'll be like, all right, I need another 5,000. How difficult is that? I don't know why it was so difficult 10 years ago or even 5 years ago. I don't know why it was so difficult. One of the other things that I was looking into is there was some guy, I don't remember his name, I don't remember who the hell he is. He was some Farang. He was talking about how if you're living off of, I think he said if you're living off of $1,500 a month here or in Pattaya, might have been Pattaya, you're existing, you're not doing anything else. Now, I did videos before that were $500 and $1,000. Guys were still saying, you can live here for $500, man. You can live like a VIP. No, you can't. You're full of shit. And then somebody the other day was saying, I don't remember who this was, there's a couple of people that have said this in the last week or so to me. Oh yeah, you need like $3,000 a month to live good in Thailand. No, you don't. If you're a single guy, yeah, well, that doesn't mean that every freaking girl is going to have her family threaten you. Come on, man. It's like in the old days. Oh, you're with a Thai girl. Everybody's going to look at you like your Thai girl she's a whore. Yeah, maybe now, but it's like the old ladies who are like, they got, and if they're so worried about what's going on with your relationship, who gives a shit? I would give a shit if somebody's threatened to kill me. Of course, that matters. But let's face it, man. A lot of the people, they're just looking to, I always say this, they're looking to do the George Jefferson. They want to move it on up. Even in America. What do you think these girls on Instagram showing their titties for? Just because they think maybe some of them are just proud because they got beautiful tits. But I think it's more about that they're hoping they're going to land some whale who doesn't know better, doesn't know how to handle himself, and she just can run roughshod over the guy, which is what a chick in a bar will do if you let her. Not all of them. I don't want to stereotype for all you dumb shits out there. And a guy who knows his shit, he knows how to keep her in place. A guy who knows his shit wouldn't come to Thailand and fall in love first right straight away. He doesn't know anything about Thailand, but he knows about women. He wouldn't come and fall in love with some freaking girl who works in a go-go bar. Doesn't happen that way. I understand. I've been there before, and believe me, I've been there several times, probably 8 times. And what I will say is this: your intentions better be true. And you know, if you're in the wrong place in Thailand, still now to this day, if you're in the wrong place and you end up sleeping with some chick, and it turns out, you know, like you fouled so and so, the leader of the what the hell do you call him? I forget now. Puyai Ban, somebody like that, or somebody in the government. You screw some chick who, like, she's a little party girl. You don't know who she is. You have no idea. You start screwing her, and all of a sudden the family finds out. Oh, this foreigner's screwing our girl. Oh, you better get married, or you better leave her alone, or we're gonna kill you. That still happens here. And in Laos it's the same. In Cambodia it's the same. Which is why if you're intelligent and you take your time, you shouldn't have those problems, because you'll figure it out before it gets to be a problem. You know, I know this sounds a bit, I don't know, I don't want to say high and mighty, because I don't mean to be that way. But I do think that as you age and the importance of women kind of, you see that they're not as important as when you're, say, like, you know, 18 or 20 years old, when you're just like, you're thinking about screwing all of them and, you know, I want to get the most beautiful one. Once you get older, you're like, yeah, she's beautiful, but all she wants is, you know, she just wants to tap into my bank account to drain it. And she's more of a pain in the ass and a hassle. And that's why I've said this numerous times. You got one girl, you got one set of problems. You got 2 girls, you got 2 sets of problems. The way you forego that, the way that you bypass all that bullshit, is you do something like what some people do in Pattaya. They just stay single, and they just pay as they go, and they don't have a problem with that. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. In Laos, that may be a bit different in Laos, and I don't really know about, you know, the scene there. Wasn't good? Well, my buddy will be there shortly. He's found an apartment. You know, I think it's about staying somewhat level-headed. You know, if you think about something, I mean, this is so simple, really, when you think about it. If you meet a girl in America, or in the UK, or in Australia, and you go on a date, you go on another date, and after 2 dates, the girl's talking about how she just lost her job, she doesn't know what she's gonna do, and you're like, oh, well, yeah, that's a problem, you know, good luck. You know, let me see if I can, you know, if I know anything, I'll let you know. And then the next time she's like, oh, honey, you know I love you. You know I love you, but, you know, I need to pay my car payment and my apartment. And you know the chick for like a week. You went on 2 dates. You screwed her 3 times. What kind of idiot would go, okay, I'm going to pay for everything, baby? Well, that's what you do when you come here. If you come here and you do that kind of thing with some chick and you're not saying, here's your money, goodbye, boom, end of story. Watched a vlogger in Cambodia and it looked rough. Well, Janara, that could just be what you saw. You've seen some of my stuff that I did. And in general, I would say Cambodia is, it is a pretty rough place. But I think that in Phnom Penh, it's improved. Yeah, but the thing is, you know, you could say that about Vietnam, but it doesn't matter in Vietnam. It doesn't matter. In Vietnam, it used to be like, now, I mean, I guess in the wrong place, if you take a chick to a hotel and you're not married, they're going to be like, no, you can't bring her in. And I think in Cambodia, they have that law now where you can't get married if the guy's over 50 or something and the girl's a certain, I don't remember what the law is, but there's a certain age limit. And if you're over that age, you can't marry a Cambodian girl. So yeah, there is some government, imagine that, interference by the government. Why is it governments always want to interfere with everything? They always want to interfere. Keep your nose out of my business. That's the way I look at it. Now, once I'm done here, I'm going over to a park, and I am going to fly the drone. Yesterday, the maiden voyage, I did not even use the phone. I didn't use the tablet. I had no screen. I was just flying by sight. Today I will use the screen, and I will see what I can do with this bad boy. And if anything, I'll get some good footage in Thailand. And good thing, it's only 249 grams. It doesn't weigh very much at all. It's under the 250 limit. Do you remember a drone flight in the bush came into play? I think you're talking about when I was flying Chucky's drone, which later became my drone because he's probably bought like 3 drones since that drone. And I flew and cut off the top of a tree. I just skimmed the top of the tree. He was like, okay, so do you know how to use it? I was like, yes, Chuck, I know. I got it up, I started flying around, and the next thing you know, I went, watch this. And the thing went up and like did a bank, and then I sliced the top of the tree, and he's like, oh! Both of us were like, oh, that's a little bit too close. Sorry, Chuck. God. I still haven't figured everything out. I need to do I need to watch some videos on this. There's a lot of things this thing can do that I'm not aware of. That was then. That drone is now mine. Although, again, it's a DJI and the controller doesn't work. Chucky will be in Bangkok November. Can't even remember. In November. He'll be here in November. He's going to be in Taiwan he might be in, I don't know if he's there. I think he leaves, what's today? He might leave tomorrow. Now, and I said this before, but forgive me, if I go to Hanoi, and if everything, the stars are aligned, I'm going to meet with Chucky's friend, the one that was on the live stream. His name is Tao. He was the guy, very well spoken, young guy, and doing very well for himself in Vietnam. Got a good job, a nice guy, and I may meet up with him and have him show me around to a nice little hidden Vietnamese secret restaurant, that kind of thing. And don't make any smart remarks. I leave that for Chucky. So that might be nice, We'll see. Anyway, anybody got any questions, comments? Anybody want to know anything before I leave? I don't know. Maybe I'll see you guys Sunday night. Maybe I'll see you Monday morning. I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't really keep to the schedule right now. But I know that on Monday night, I'm supposed to be in Laos. I could get an Aussie bloke that's lived in Hanoi for years. Yeah, that might be. Why don't we all, me, your friend, the Aussie, and Chuck's little friend will all meet up and have a lunch. Oh, God. I don't even know if I'm going to go there yet. I'm not sure how I'm going to go about doing it. That's the beauty of it, and that's also, you know, we'll see what happens. But I really would like to go. Honestly, I wouldn't. It's much easier, I guess you could call it easier, to take Hin Gem Coffee Quan Cafe in Hanoi. I've already had some Kopi Luwak. If you guys remember, I wonder if that girl still works at that coffee shop. The little bespeckled girl who turned me on to the little drip coffee maker and the civet shit coffee and yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm thinking here. I'm all over the place. I got a lot on my mind right now. His name is Charles, and so his name is Chuck. It's not Chunky. Although, every so often we call him Chunky. Chunky, baby. I'm a little, you know, I don't usually say this because I know people come and people go. I'm slightly worried about Richard Gallagher. Because he hasn't been in the stream in about like a year. And he used to come in all the time. He's still, you know, like, he's still a member of my channel. Any suggestions for a nice stay, Thai environment, place to stay? Thai environment? I don't know, I was going to say go to like the Hilton or the Hyatt or something. I don't know, head down, what the hell's the name of that street down in Phuket town? The one that I went to not too long ago. The one with all the artists and the artwork and all that. Go down there. That's a, you know, that's a very Thai kind of trendy place that foreigners go to as well. Late to the party. It's 6:30 in Saudi. Oh, hello. Hello, Michael. Good thing is I'll be back in Bangkok for New Year's to stay with my buddy and his wife. This time I don't have to pay for a hotel. Can't wait. Oh. That's always nice. Actually, I talked to my buddy, and it'll be 2 years or so. Anytime I go to Portugal, I got a place to stay in Portugal. That's nice. Same with Ecuador. So I got to get going to some of these places, you know. All in due time. I think the biggest challenge is to get everything done before you kick the bucket. You know. I figure I probably got about another 20 years if I'm lucky. I could have 10, I could have 1. Maybe I got 30, I don't know. But I'm going to say, you know, about 20. So that gives me 7,300 days and nights to get everything done. Still got the Congo, still got, there's a few places I want to go. Portugal, Ecuador, all those places. Anyway, I didn't even think I would be going here, but I thought I would be going back to the States. Hopefully I will go back to the States. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back this year. Maybe it'll be February, March of next year when the ticket prices come down. I may do that. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell, like always. So, what else did I want to say? Anything else? Don't forget to get your senior citizen discount on the MRT if you're 60 years of age. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, so tomorrow I leave. Tomorrow afternoon I leave. I won't get to Chiang Mai, I think, until early in the morning, and then I just go right from there and go up to the border. And I think I'll be in I think I'll be in Laos Saturday night, if not Sunday morning. And then I'm on my way down the Mekong. So I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I've wanted to go on this boat for a long time and take this trip for a long time. And then as an added bonus, I got Laos and Vietnam. So it's really, really, I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, please remember to click the thumbs up. You know, I'm just thinking about it. I don't know how to say thumbs up in Thai. I can't remember how to say it. Anyway, thumbs up. I should learn to say that. I need to look that up when I get home. Thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you have not done so already. There will be some cool stuff coming up, I guarantee you, especially for the people who are members of the channel and of Patreon and of my website and everything. And for all those people who are kind enough to contribute, thank you very much. I appreciate it. It all goes back into, you know, what you're seeing, which it doesn't go into this. Although, you know, it all goes back into the channel, pretty much. So head over to anamericaninbangkok.com, get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself, oh God. I look at computers way too much now. Computers and little phone screens way too much. My eyes, it's doing my eyes in, really. My eyes have got a lot worse in the last 6 months. Anyway, go over to AmericanInBangkok.com. You click the shop tab. That's there. I think if you go to, I think everything's right there under the shop tab. You can get whatever you need, or look down in the description, or you can always email me at AmericanInBangkok@gmail.com. No spaces or anything like that. I may be on Twitter a little bit more, just because it's easy to tweet out little stuff. But then again, maybe I won't be. I don't know. I you know, take it as it comes. So anyway, time to go. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys later. Until next time, I'm Scott. I am an American in Bangkok for now. Until next time, Chok Di, Leo Jerkan Mai. Good luck. See you when I see you. See you later. Alligator.